right, welcome everyone. I see a lot of folks starting to trickle in and join the session here today. So first off, of course, we want to thank you for joining us today. A few things that we want to go ahead and mention here during our housekeeping is if you could please make sure that you keep yourself muted during the presentation, that would be fantastic. That's just going to ensure, of course, that we don't have any sort of interruptions for our presenters while they're presenting the wonderful information that they have for you today. If you have any questions at any time for any of the presenters that we have, please feel free to use the chat here within the meeting. We will be monitoring the chat throughout the session. We'll try to answer questions as we go, but we'll also have a dedicated Q&A session towards the end of the presentation as well, where we'll try to answer as many questions as we can for you as well. Additionally, just wanted to note here that we are recording the session. So if there's anything that you want to go back and refer to after the session has ended, we will be putting it on the Illinois workNet YouTube channel in perpetuity, so you will have access to that as well. And now, without further ado, I'd like to hand things over to the Heartland Human Care Services team. And I believe Carol will be kicking things off for us today. Carol?
Thank you, Daniel. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Carol Leva. I'm the Associate Director of Heartland Human Care Services. And with me, I have my wonderful co-workers, that it's Dini and Carolina. They are talent acquisition specialists. With that said, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the organization, our mission, our history. We will also cover the different programs that we have within the city of Chicago. And then we will move forward into the open positions that we have, some of the ranges of the salary, as well as some of the qualifications or requirements for those positions. And then we will go over also the benefits. As Daniel said, please feel free to ask any questions in the chat. And we will also have the Q&A at the end of the presentation. All right. So let me move into the next slide. So Heartland Human Care Services is a nonprofit organization. We were previously part of Heartland Alliance. It operates in Chicago, in the Chicago area, and focuses on empowering underserved individuals and families. Our mission is we partner with people facing poverty, displacement, and injustice. We support them in building safety, stability, and long-term success. Our vision, we envision a society in which we all participate, prosper, and reach our full potential. Now I'm going to go talk a little bit about our history. So HECS, Heartland Human Care Services, has roots dating back to 1888, beginning as Travelers Aid. In May of 2024, HECS became an independent organization. So we separated from Heartland Alliance, but we continue our 137-year legacy of serving vulnerable populations. So here you can see HECS, or Heartland Human Care Services, started as Travelers Aid, and then we opened different programs throughout the years. And right now we are HECS by ourselves. Our staff and the population we serve. So we have around 650 plus team members across the Chicagoland. We also serve around 20,000 individuals every year. And we continue to expand, to open more programs, departments, to continue to serve the population that we have been serving. Then we go into why to join us. So for us, we work with courage, partnership, respect, integrity, diversity, equity, inclusion, and excellence. These are some principles that we have, and we work with those every single day. We want to be able to have a huge impact, continue growing, supporting the community, and, as I said, our values. We have as I said, around 12 different programs across the city of Chicago. We have the housing and asset building team, the refugee and immigrant community services. We have workforce development. We have the violence recovery services. We have the supportive and permanent housing as well. We work with kids I have involved in the criminal justice system here in Chicago, as well immigrant youth. Here are some pictures about from our staff members. We also have under the workforce program, we have a farm that grows vegetables, fruits, and we serve communities that need it. With that said, maybe before I pass it into Carolina, I want to tell you a little bit about my story with Heartland Human Care Services. I've been with Heartland Human Care Services around 8 years and a half. I started as a youth care worker, then became a youth care worker lead, then a program manager and associate director of one of the programs. Then I was the interim director for that same program. And then I was like, you know what? Let me explore into HR. Then I became a recruiter for for a year or two. And then I jumped into my associate director position now. I love the mission that Heartland Human Care Services have, the population, the diversity that we encounter every single day. So that has kept me here with Heartland for so long. And now with that, a little bit of my story, I'm going to pass it to Carolina. Go ahead, Carolina.
Thank you, Carol. Hi, everyone. My name is Carolina Mancia. I have been with Heartland for a little over 2 years now. I started as a program specialist and then transitioned into my current role now in talent acquisition specialist. So I'm excited to share more about what we do here at Heartland. So this section highlights our safety programs focused on protecting and empowering vulnerable youth. Each program provides care and structure for children, teens who have faced separation, displacement, or justice involvement. And under safety, we have three key programs, our safety shelters, opportunity youth, and homesteading post-release. So our safety shelters, that program serves immigrant and refugee children who arrive in the U.S. without parents or guardian. We provide 24-hour residential care, education, medical and clinical services, and trauma-informed case management. The focus is on creating a nurturing environment where children can feel safe and begin to heal. And we also help them adjust, stay connected with culture and language, and prepare for family reunification or long-term placement. So ultimately, our goal in this program is to support their physical and emotional well-being while they're in our care. For our Opportunity Youth program, this program serves justice-involved youth between the ages of 10 and 17. We provide pretrial residential care and individualized case management. So this program partners with probation and court services as part of the Juvenile Detention Alternatives Initiative. And the goal is to give these youth structure, mentorship, and guidance while reducing detention and everything else that comes with that. And we also just focus on helping them build just accountability, reconnecting with education, and develop positive coping skills. And then for our homesteading post-release services, so this program supports unaccompanied children once they have federal custody and release to a sponsor. So the home study assesses the safety and suitability of each placement before a child moves in. And then after that, the post-release services provide ongoing case management, check-ins, and community connections. We make sure sponsors and youth have access to resources such as like healthcare, education, and legal aid. And the goal is to promote long-term safety, stability, and success for every child and family that we serve. Carol, you can go on to the next slide. Thank you. So next we'll look at our housing, asset building, and travel aids program. And these are all about promoting stability and independence. So our housing program works with individuals and families experiencing or at risk of homelessness. We offer everything from one-time emergency funds to short-term and permanent housing solutions. Participants also receive case management, rental assistance, and wrap around support to help them stay focused or stay housed long term. And then our asset building program helps families strengthen financial literacy, budgeting, saving, and building credit to achieve lasting economic security. And then with our TSA, our Travel Aid Center, so that provides protective travel services for vulnerable individuals, including coordination and supporting during their travel. So together, all these programs focus on stability and just ensuring that when someone finds safety, they have resources to sustain it. And then for the refugee and immigrant community services, so we provide case management, resettlement services, employment assistance, and English language training. Our Freedom from Trafficking program offers intensive case management, housing, and mental health support to our survivors of human trafficking. And then our violence recovery services help children, adults, and families who have experienced domestic, sexual, or community violence. And each service is trauma informed and culturally responsive, recognizing the unique experiences and traits of every participant. So the goal is empowerment, helping individuals and families achieve safety, self-sufficiency, and community connection. And then we have our workforce development program, which helps participants overcome barriers to employment. So we focus on supporting people who are at the highest risk of gun violence, those experiencing homelessness, and individuals returning from incarceration. So through job readiness, training, employment placement, supportive services, we help participants build career pathways. So programs such as FarmWorks creates access to healthy foods and green jobs in low-income communities. Our SEED program, which stands for Supporting Education and Employment Development, helps participants gain education and skills to secure long-term employment. And then the overall focus is not just on the jobs, but on creating stability, dignity, and opportunity through the meaningful work. And now I'll pass it on to Vinny to discuss our open positions.
Hey everyone, my name is Vinny Caputo. I am a talent acquisition specialist. I've been with the company for a little bit over a year now. We do have a variety of positions open in different types of programs and in the corporate setting. We will drop the link to our career center in the chat right now, but I just want to make sure that everyone is uploading their updated resume that has months and years. We do conduct salary determinations, which are made by evaluating the job responsibilities, required experience, market data, and internal pay equity. The goal is really just to ensure it's a fair and competitive compensation within our budget. So that's why we do ask for an updated resume based off of experience in the years. So within the safety program, we do have youth care workers. We do have a variety of shifts, first shift, second shift, and third shift. The first and second shift is bilingual in Spanish, just because a lot of the youth are in the bilingual sector. Also, qualifications are high school diploma and 1 year working with youth. That does include babysitting, nannying, as long as you have good references for those jobs. And then we have family reunification specialist. Qualifications are bachelor's degree in human services, psychology, social work, or some type of related field. That also is bilingual in Spanish as a requirement, and 1 year of case management or in a clinical setting. We also have case aides, high school diploma or a GED is required, a minimum of 1 year experience in a social science, case management, or child welfare services, and it is bilingual in Spanish as well. We do have a youth driver, high school diploma, GED equivalent, or in a minimum of 3 years experience working with youth in a security related roles or transportation sector as well. We do have a cook, which these are all located in the shelters. Qualifications is just high school diploma and 2 to 4 years of experience working in a kitchen. And then we also have a nurse with qualifications of a bachelor's degree and 5 years of experience with an Illinois license. Next slide, please. More safety open positions. We have a clinical case manager. All of these positions are going to require a bachelor's degree in human services, psychology, social work with 1 years of experience in a case management or counseling setting. That is as well as the housing resource specialist as well. And then we have program supervisor, which is a bachelor's degree in human services in related field or 2 years of relevant experience with a 1 year of supervisor experience. The same as the quality improvement specialist, which is a high school diploma or 7 years of related experience. All of our open positions, you do need some type of experience within the role that relates to the open position. And then we do have a teacher 3, which is a bachelor's degree in education or related field. Next slide, please. And then these are all our open positions, if everyone wants to take a look.
Thank you, Vinny. Something to mention, for the safety programs, since we work with kids, we are required to pass a background check and fingerprinting for the state DCFS and FBI. So those are, if your record is clear, it'll be easy to get into those programs. For the other programs, for the HACS programs, you're just required to pass a basic background check. So we do have both, one that has very high requirements for the background check, and then the other programs that are just a basic background check. Just adding that.
And then we do have a wide range of benefits we do provide. At our company, we do prioritize the well-being and growth of our employees by offering comprehensive health benefits, generous paid time off, and ongoing professional development opportunities, which are promotions. So once you are employed by a Heartland, you are eligible for a promotion into another role that is related to your previous role. We also provide competitive compensation and retirement plans to support long-term stability. Our goal is to really create an environment where employees feel supported, valued, and empowered to succeed. Our benefits they do start 30 days after hire, and then we do also have 12 paid holidays as well. So like I said before, we will drop the link to our career center in our chat, and then everyone can apply during this call. If they have any other questions, just make sure you are updating your resume and then inserting it into the specific requisition that you are applying for, just so that we don't have to come back and ask for an updated resume. So we can ensure if everything all goes well, we can do the salary determination and then an offer. And then if anyone has any other questions, you could feel free to reach out to the TA department, which is all three of us, as well as the director of talent acquisition with any questions, comments, concerns about the company or the open roles that we have open.
Awesome. Thank you, Vinny. All right, guys. So as Vinny said, please ensure if you are applying to your jobs, please, please, please ensure that you're updating your resume, including all of your experience. The resume needs to have the highest degree of completion that you have. It needs to have also months and years. This is very important because we do get a lot of applications, and what happens is that when we review your resume and you don't meet the qualifications that are in the job description, you will be disqualified. So if you will apply with that really updated resume, what happens is that we look at that job description, we see that you're meeting all of the qualifications, and then we will start connecting with you either through a phone call, an email. So it's very important that you are applying with your most updated resume, not just to us, but for all of the companies. If your resume doesn't, if you see a position and you're like, oh yeah, I qualify, but then you apply with a resume that is not up to date and doesn't meet the qualifications or requirements, then you're going to be disqualified. And then we do get those a lot. And then people email us, hey, Carol, what's going on? Like I apply. And then we look at the application. And what happens is that we let them know, hey, your resume doesn't show that you actually have a bachelor's degree in psychology or social work or finance or accounting. And it also doesn't show that you don't have the minimum years of requirements for that position. And they're like, oh no, I'm so sorry. I didn't update my resume. I just applied. So please ensure that you guys do submit your most updated resume. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the where to apply so you guys can either use a QR code. If you go in the HACS page, you go into the tabs up on top and then click career, and then you will be able to see all of our positions. Every position posting that we have a salary range. Minimum means that If you have only 1 year of experience, you'll be making that first start salary. And then if you have around 9 years of experience, then you'll be in the higher range. But also if you have more than 9 years of experience, that range, depending on the budget of the program, it will continue to go higher and higher. So you might have seen the youth care worker, it says 1661. So that's if you only have 1 year of experience. But if you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 years of experience, the salary is going to go higher and higher. Okay. What is other thing that is important is that, all of our postings have locations, schedules, if it's hybrid, if it's on site. Right now, we don't have any remote positions. Hybrid is pretty much working from home, but then also you are required to be in the office 2 or 3 days. And then you'll see the schedule, the location, and the pay range. Okay. I'm gonna move into, I'm sorry, I want to move into the questions to see if we can. Vinny, Carolina, did you guys drop the link, please, for everybody? All right. So, will you be offering any remote positions? No, right now. Sometimes we do have some remote positions, but most of them are hybrid. For the one that says I'm an ARN, it looks like case manager position is preferred in LCSW. So with an RN license, we will be opening medical coordinators positions that will be requiring either an LPN or RN. For most of our clinical positions, which is in counseling, those require either a master's degree in counseling, social work, or an LCSW, LPC, LCSW, or LCPC. Some of our positions, if you don't have a bachelor's degree, some of our positions, if you go under the requirements, what happens is that says we need a bachelor's degree with 1 year of experience, or it says, or we need a high school diploma plus 7 years of experience. So please take a look at the qualifications or requirements, and you will be able to see that in there. All of our open positions are posted in our website. What you guys can also do is send us your resume to either Carolina, Beanie, myself, or even our director Summer, and then we will take a look at your resume. Take a look at your resume and then send you the positions that you qualify for, so you can go ahead and apply. I see a lot of people are asking about the account payables, especially as that position actually closed probably a week ago. Our positions do open and then close right away. So feel free to take a look to what we have and then apply right away. You can also send us an email saying, hey guys, I just applied. And then we will try and expedite your application. And then for the roles that do require, that says bachelor's degree require, and if you don't have it, those unfortunately you will not qualify. But if it says or a high school diploma plus 5 or 7 years of experience, then you can go ahead and apply for those. For you guys to reach us, I'll go ahead and put our contact information back on the presentation. So yeah, you guys can see that. Bachelor's degree in education qualify as related field for the case manager position. So we have a couple of case manager positions for the family reunification specialist, which is a case manager positions. For those, it doesn't qualify. But then we have case manager positions within the housing or RICS team. For those, you will qualify. Most of our positions are full-time. We have maybe one part-time position for a youth care worker in Rogers Park, in the Rogers Park location. And I do see that the presentation is there as well. Vinny has been answering some questions. See, for me, it's hard to answer if you guys are a medical assistant to see what positions you qualify, because I don't know how long you've been in that position and what are your previous jobs. So we will have to take a look at your whole resume in order to let you know if you qualify or not qualify for any of the positions. Unfortunately, if you don't have a GED or high school diploma, we don't have any qualifications, any positions for that. For all of our positions, we either require a GED, a high school, or a bachelor's degree, and so on. You apply for the front desk coordinator. That position right now, it's not posted because the hiring managers are going through all of the resumes. So probably in like 2-3 days, if they select you, they'll be contacting you. We don't have any community health worker positions, but maybe if you want to check with HAH, which is Heartland Alliance Health. We were all part under Heartland Alliance, but then we separated. But for community health workers, they would be the best since they focus in healthcare. What we do have, it's housing resources specialist, which is pretty similar to that, but in the housing sector. Is there any security positions? Vinny, do you have any, or you just closed them?
So all three actually just closed, but feel free to apply if you do qualify for them because anything can happen within the next few weeks.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and send that resume for security positions to Vinny since he is the point person for those positions. So because again, for the security positions, we're working with kids, so we are required to pass a background check. And sometimes people do say, yes, I can pass a background check, but at the end of the day, they don't pass. So we do have to resend offers and that position will open again. So if you send us your resume, we will keep it on file. And as soon something happens, we will give you a call and be like, hey, the position opened up. Would you like to interview? For the housing resource specialist, you can contact me because I work very closely with the hiring managers for that position. Any legal intake specialist, or so we have the case aid, which is a lot of case management intakes, and it's huge on administrative office as well. Unfortunately, no, all of our positions do require background check. Some programs, as I said before, just require the basic background check, and some other programs do require a more extensive background check. All right, I think we have answered all of the questions in the chat. Is there any other questions? Yes, you can go ahead and email us your resume, and then we can let you know if you qualify for any jobs or if you don't qualify for any jobs. For information about the housing assistance, please check out our website. You can see the different programs, and then under the housing program, you will see the contact information. Not all positions require to be bilingual. It depends on the program. So the safety programs do require bilingual for some of the shifts. But then the other, like the RIGS program, the housing program, the workforce programs don't require to be bilingual.
Are we able to apply to more than one role?
Yeah,
Okay.
feel free to. Yes,
Okay.
please do so.
Great.
So for the youth care worker position, your volunteer experience will count to make you qualify, but it will not count towards the salary determination.
Are these positions located throughout the city or in just one particular area?
No, we have 12 different programs across the city of Chicago. Some programs are in Rogers Park, some are in Beverly, some are in Bronzeville. We have our main office in Uptown. We have other in Wabash. So we have programs all over the city of Chicago.
Thank
Hello.
you.
Hello. Yes, I have a question in regards to accounting. Do you have any suggestions for that? Because I was one of those who asked about the accounts payable position, but I see the financial analyst position up there as well.
Yes, so we have two other positions. I don't remember from the top of my head, but you can go ahead, Tracy, and send me your resume, and I can let you know if you qualify for the financial analyst. And then I think there's another financial or accounting position available.
Now you say sent you my resume. I'm getting lost on where contact and everything is. Would you put it in chat, or how do I get my resume to you? Because I do have it current and ready to send.
Carolina, Vinny, can you please add my resume? I mean, my email to the chat for Tracy, please.
Thank you.
I was going to mention, I think the contact information is on the screen. So right there, you can make sure just like write down, but I can also add it to the chat.
Thank you, Carolina. Oh, thank you, Daniel. All right, any other questions? So, Darlene, as I said, we have 12 different programs across the city of Chicago. Some are in Rogers Park, Uptown, Bronzeville, Beverly, Wabash. So we are in the north side and the south side as well. The recording will be available, and they'll be sending, Daniel will be sending that to you guys later on. How soon will training start? So if we make you an offer, depending on the program that you apply for, if usually for the ones that don't require an extensive background check, what happens, it will take 2 weeks. For the programs that do require more extensive background check, that can take 2-3 weeks, depending if you lived here in Chicago or other states. Because we will be doing a background check for all of the states you lived in. So it can take 2-3 weeks for the other one. All right. You can apply. It's really up to you. If you feel if you read the job description and you're like, yes, this is a great position for me, I qualify, please go ahead and apply. And then you can send us an email and say, hey guys, I just applied for this position. And then we will take a look at your resume. If you're not 100% sure of what positions you will qualify, then please go ahead and send us your resume, and then give us probably by the end of the week for us to take a look at all of the resumes and the qualifications, and then we'll be sending you the links, okay?
All right, everyone. So I think with that, I'll probably hop back in here and just give a brief wrap up for the session. For anyone that hopped on late, we are recording the session. And as we say at the top of the hour, we will be uploading this recording to the Illinois WorkNet YouTube channel under the virtual job fairs playlist. That will be available within 48 hours of the conclusion of this event. So it will be accessible in perpetuity at that location. What we're also going to do as well is when you signed up for today's job fair, we captured that information on the back end. So we will be exporting all of that data and sending it over to the Heartland team, as well as the American Job Center team that also helped put this event on as well, and they will follow up accordingly. All right, everyone. With that, we'll go ahead and wrap things up today. A huge thank you and shout out to the Heartland Human Care Services team for joining us here today and sharing all the wonderful information. And also to the American Job Center at Truman College for assisting in putting this event on as well. We hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.